In this video, we are going to look at analyzing a market understanding interview. There's always two parts to modern market understanding interview processes. There's two stages. One is the interview itself. In a prior video, we went through the problem understanding interview that was created by Ash Maurya from LeanStack, which is one of my absolute favorites. Once you've done the interview, you actually have to analyze the interview and you have to pull out the key pieces of information. It occurred to me that this is something that a large language model is probably incredibly good at doing. This time, I am going to do the analysis of the interview. And by the way, there's a link below to my newsletter. In that newsletter, I have given the entire checklist, the development of the process, and all the interview questions and how to conduct the market analysis. Now, the newsletter is free to subscribe, but if you want to get access to that new report that I created based on this process, that is a paid upgrade. And frankly, it's a couple of lattes. I'm in Singapore here at the moment, and it's definitely a couple of lattes a month will see you get all this information. But that's the commercial break. Let's get into looking at what happens. And trust me, you want to stay around to the end because what you're going to see is something that's absolutely cray. Let's get cracking. If you're using GPT-4 in particular, we can just continue the conversation and do the analysis after the role-play interview. I started off, hey, ChatGPT, I was wondering if you'd help me summarize the role-play interview. I'll ask you a series of questions and can you answer them for me? Now, I did that, just one little prompt engineering, little bit of flavor, is the reason I asked the question in that way is if I just said, hey, ChatGPT, I was wondering if you could help me summarize this role-play interview, it would just go and do a summary for you. And as you'll see, I had to refine my questions as we go further down because I made that mistake myself a couple of times. So let's keep having a look. So it says, of course, I'm ready to go. This is the analysis. And these analysis questions are from the problem discovery interview analysis process, because the idea is you do a number of these interviews, you do the analysis of each interview, and then you compare those analyses, and out of that, you'll get a really great response. And you only have to do 4 or 5 of these. And we used to have to do it in public. Right now, I'm doing one analysis, but then I can take the contents of this, put it in a doc with the other 5, feed it into ChatGPT, and ask it to give me a summary and commonality points across the various questions in the analysis. Pretty darn cool. Anyway, that's the end game, but let's have a look here. So we asked what was at stake. And I thought, hey, could you give me a bullet point list of possible new solutions Alex considered? I was after the possible new solutions of what he considered, like the learning platforms that he considered. Instead, these are the solutions that he was looking for, AKA, these were the things he was hoping to use no code for, which was interesting, but not what I was asking here. So I had to go and say, oh, look, to learn no code, what services did Alex consider? Can you pop it in the bullet point list for me? Then it gave me the analysis I wanted. Sure, here's a list of in this case, 4 things that were mentioned during the interview, which was fantastic. Then what I tried to do is I thought, okay, let's go for the jugular a little bit here and ask, hey, what was the unique value proposition that saw Alex decide to go with Udemy as his training solution? And bam, look at this. Alex chose Udemy and wide ranging of relevant courses, positive reviews, self-paced learning, affordable pricing, preview options. This is fantastic. So then again, I just went just straight to the point. Hey, what kept Alex from switching? Several factors kept Alex from switching to another learning platform. The course content matched his needs, the practical hands-on projects, positive learning, progress, and investment. Now I realized, oh, hang on, I didn't really ask that question because what I was really more looking in this context of this interview was what were the friction points? What made him consider not going down this path of no-code development? So again, I had to sharpen my questions. And it's really important for you to all understand, and this is a key technique working with large language models, is the answer's not the answer. It's not the final answer. It's like when you're talking to a human being. You can change your approach. It's not like, oh, didn't do the right thing and you give up, which is what a lot of people do. You really want to rephrase. And so I thought, oops, Yeah, I can see why you answered the question that way. So let me rephrase. Before he chose to go down the path of using no code and selecting Udemy, was there anything that kept him from making the decision to use Udemy? That's what I was after. And bam, here we go again. Concerns about course depth and relevance, quality assurance, time commitment, comparison with other platforms, uncertainty about no code limitations. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Perfect. That's what we wanted. And then, of course, what finally pulled them into choosing Udemy? And I deliberately use the word pull in that case because when you do analysis using a problem discovery interview from LeanStack, you want to look at what were the things that are pulling, making it a great decision for them to join a particular platform, because we want to understand that ourselves. Here's the thing, because I asked the right question in the right way, here we go. Positive reviews, flexibility of learning, affordable price and discounts, and a course preview feature. Really cool ideas, right? This is really useful. Then simply asked, hey, did Alex have any anxieties about choosing Udemy? Very good. Yeah, he did have some anxieties, the effectiveness of online learning. And I'm not reading all this text. You can see this as you're going down here and watching the video. But again, course quality, instructor expertise, return on investment, relevance to his specific goals. Oh, this is amazing. Can you give us a summary of where Alex wants to go next in his no-code journey? And this was fantastic. Expanding skill set, exploring other platforms, building more complex projects, sharing knowledge, and continuous learning. I would now take this, copy and paste this, in my case, into Obsidian, and I'd create a new document of the results of my interviews. Then I would feed that back here into ChatGPT-4 to help me to bring the meta-analysis out. Such an incredible time saver. I said, as always, please make sure you thank your ChatGPT. It's because it's super helpful. Here's an interesting thing. I mentioned I'm in Singapore at the moment and had a wonderful day catching up with the one and only Eugene Ware and Sam Vidavine here in Singapore. Wonderful. It's occurred to me that what if we just straight up ask, after we collated all of our research and understanding and do all the processes that we've been doing here, what if we just ask ChatGPT, what are the opportunities? So I threw this in the end. Honestly, this is too early in the process because we've only done one role play, one interview, and there are other market understanding models that we can employ here to give us results. Hey, YOLO, why not? Why not check it out? So I asked one more thing, ChatGPT. I just did this literally this morning. Based on the role play and our summary conversation, what do you think might be some opportunities to enhance the experience of learning no code with AI? Let's see how it did. Based on the role play and our summary conversation, integrating AI into the learning experience of no-code development could present several opportunities for enhancement. Personalized learning paths. AI can analyze a learner's progress, strengths, and weaknesses to tailor the course content, ensuring a more personalized and efficient learning experience. Yes, it could. Absolutely. Interactive problem solving. AI-driven chatbots or virtual assistants could provide real-time assistance and guidance, helping learners to overcome obstacles and clarifying concepts. It certainly could. Project suggestions and feedback. AI can suggest project ideas based on the learner's interests and previous projects and provide constructive feedback on their work, enhancing the hands-on learning experience. Adaptive course content. AI can adapt the course content dynamically, scaling the complexity based on the learner's progress. And there's more. So we can get community and peer connection. Absolutely, we could build a community and do that. AI can connect learners with peers who are at a similar learning stage or have similar interests. Predictive analysis for learning gaps. Automated resource compilation. AI can compile and recommend additional resources like articles, tutorials, and case studies relevant to the learner's progress and area of interest. I don't know about you, gang, but this is pretty darn exciting. From an AI 30-day challenge perspective, this is bananas. I hope you can smell what the rock is cooking here. This is pretty exciting. I want you to conduct a role-play interview in a market that you're really familiar with, and then apply the role-play analysis or interview analysis in this process and see what you get. And then you may even want to ask, hey, what opportunities are there based on this role-play interview and analysis for AI to help? And you never know what you might come up with. It's really fascinating. All right. Now, remember, I've built an entire guide to this for my paid newsletter subscribers. There's a great free newsletter. Again, link is below in the description. You can get the free subscription and you'll get lots of cool stuff. But for the paid subscribers, and like I said, a couple of lattes a month, people, my goodness. And if you do subscribe, you get an analysis of all the reports. So you get all of those reports. But the most recent one is literally my course design. And shout out to Kent. He sent me an email about this, and I'm so glad he picked it up. He pointed out, like, the way I plan, like getting that insight into the way I plan my sessions in AI and the analysis rubric that I use for that is probably as powerful as the prompt itself. So that's available to paid newsletter subscribers, and you can get the link below. Have fun with this. Enjoy. Give it a try. And we'll speak to you next week. Wow.